All right, so we're going to look at the last two problems, the word problems on this review. Number 29. Dell woke up and checked his phone for the outdoor temperature. It was 7 degrees Fahrenheit. 7 degrees Fahrenheit. That's pretty cold. The forecast said the temperature was going to drop all day long. It's going to get even colder. And that by 5 o'clock p.m., it would be negative 9 degrees Fahrenheit. What was the forecast change in temperature? What you always want to do to find the change in temperature is start with the most recent temperature, which in this case would be negative 9 degrees, and then subtract the original temperature, which was 7 degrees, positive 7 degrees. So I have negative 9 minus 7. Now remember, when we have subtraction problems, when we're working with integers and we have negative numbers and we're subtracting, we want to change, add the opposite. So instead of minus 7, I'm going to rewrite it as negative 9 plus, and then change 7 to its opposite, negative 7. Now, since I'm adding these together and the signs are the same, I need to find the sum. And I'll add 9 plus 7. I'm adding together the absolute values, and I get 16. And we have negatives here, so negative 16 degrees is your change in temperature. In other words, the temperature is dropping 16 degrees. It's a decrease of 16 degrees. And another way you can look at this is if you took a thermometer. I'm just going to go ahead and erase this here so you can see what I'm trying to show you here. If you take a thermometer, your basic thermometer, and let's say 0 degrees is right here, Fahrenheit, 0 degrees. If you're starting at 7 degrees, that'd be like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's 7 degrees here above 0. If by 5 p.m. it's going to be at negative 9 degrees, you have negative 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, negative 9 degrees down here. You can see there's a 7-degree gap just to get down to 0. And then an additional 9 degrees of a drop to get down to negative 9. So you can see here how you'd have to add these two together, and you can see it's a 16-degree drop that is forecast over the day. So you can see, looking at the thermometer, why it would be negative 16 degrees or a decrease of 16 degrees and not a decrease of 2 degrees. Sometimes people see the 9 and the 7 and they just think, oh, well, that would be 2. No, be careful because they have different signs. They're on opposite sides of 0. So we actually do have to take the most current temperature, negative 9, and subtract the original temperature of 7. Add the opposite. Negative 9 plus negative 7 is negative 16. And then number 30. This one's a little bit easier, I think, to understand. Ara was competing on the game show Jeopardy! She had answered some questions incorrectly and had a score of negative $150. That happens sometimes on the show. She then answered a $400 question correctly, and that amount was added to her score. What was her new score after answering that question correctly? So she started at negative $150. Well, that's not really where she started. It's where she was before answering this question. And then she answered a $400 question, so she's going to add 400 to her score. Well, if she starts in the negatives at negative 150 and then adds 400, she's going to end up in the positives, isn't she? Imagine going from negative 50 or negative 150, you go up 150 to get to 0, and then you have some more that you're going to go into the positives. How much will she be in the positives? We're adding a negative number and a positive number together. We're going to end up with a positive result because this 400 is a larger positive amount than she was in the negatives. The signs are different. We find the difference. 400 subtract 150, and that will equal 250. Here you get 0, and then you can make this 4 a 3. This becomes 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 3 minus 1 is 2. So we have 250, positive 250. Okay, so that means she'll be at $250 at this point in the positives. Okay, I hope this all helps. Good luck on the quiz tomorrow on integers. I'll see you later.